Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, mic check, 1, 2. 1 check, 1 check. Can you hear me? No music. You can hear me now, right? Okay. So, super funny story. You should be able to hear music. I did lower music a little bit. But you should be able to hear it. So from 1 o'clock to 1:07, I was what I thought was live and talking about the Voron 2.4. I've already explained a lot about what we're doing today, plans for the next couple weeks stream, and was showing off this. And chat was sort of chatting in a normal fashion that I just thought everything was fine. It wasn't until I saw, I think, Phil saying, baby Jack must be delaying the stream, when I thought that you heard Jackson screaming for his nap in the background, but then I saw somebody else reply, and that's when I thought something's off here. So yeah, still can't hear? Okay, both music and voice. Voice, no music, yes music, music. I think it's just lower. Last week some people said the music was too loud, so I lowered it. I do see audio waves. I can make it a little bit louder if that's what we want. Let me see. Just like a little bump. So boy, what a start. Hello everybody, happy Wednesday. Clearly, I told Aaron, I was like, I'm gonna have a soda. I need some sugar, something like that. Now we can hear you, I can hear both, refresh stream. Okay, everything's good. So, let me try to rewind and redo everything. Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. I hope everyone is doing great. Today's game plan is to be a relatively short and chill stream where we cover, man, this is too loud now, the music in my ear. So I think it's just because, there we go. So, that ain't sugar, bro. I started off my stream last night on mute, had to do the whole thing, intro over again, then dropped my stream while I was heads down doing wiring. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so, been an interesting start. Anyways, notifications are working. Maurice, thank you very much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. How many squirrels today? Probably lots. So, today's game plan. Go over the 2.4, sort of the things that I've done since last week's stream and today's stream, and potentially talk about some future plans. Run input shaping. I haven't done that. I've never used the LDO one, and I printed out this little Self-Burner official 80XL mount, so we're gonna attempt to use that. I always use the FISEC one, but I don't like the way it mounts on the screws on the face plate of it, because I don't like the way it's mounting on the Self-Burner. So we're gonna try the LDO one that came with our kit. And then we're going to print something and chill. And the game plan is today's stream is roughly 2 hours because Aaron's sister is flying in. Hey, Gary, thank you very much for 3 months. Hopefully it'll pop up. But if not, thank you. Aaron's sister's flying in tomorrow, and I volunteered to do some things around the house in preparation. So I got to steam some floors and things like that. Also, no on-screen chat. Perfect. There's no on-screen chat. Why is there no on-screen chat? It shows on-screen chat, 1920 by 1080. It shows it there, so why don't I see it? Can I drag it? No, it's clearly not there. I don't know about chat today. I'm going to be redoing some stream stuff soon, so I will get that fixed. I think chat is working on everything else. Let me see if I go like side cam. So it's there. It's just that scene for some reason that's broken. It's been like that for a bit, so I'll figure it out. I just won't figure it out today. Gary, thank you very much for the gifted membership. BBs, you got it. Everything's broken, yeah. So I updated OBS last night. So without giving too much away, we are making good progress on the Steve Builds and ModBot collab stream that we're going to be doing for the VZBot. And last night we were working out some of the technicalities, and I had to update OBS because I was on like version 27 point something, and now it's on version 29.13. So I broke some things and got some things working, but the good news is that we are making some good progress, and I think the plan is next Wednesday we start the Cyborg Trident build. We do that next Wednesday and the following Wednesday, then we take a pause on that, so that way Steve and I can do the VZ build. That's the game plan, but I don't want to say too much until me and Steve lock in the date, because we've got some more a few more things to map out, but when we do, I'll be sure, of course, to share it with everybody, so that way, hopefully, people can be present. I'm really excited for it. Hey, DJ, what's going on, Natty? John, Red 5, I picked up a bunch of Polymaker filament yesterday. Oh yeah, they had that 30% off sale going on, right? It was like their overstock sale. I think it was it Canada and US or just US? I don't remember. Steve is at Open Sauce. That's right. That's right. He's off this weekend. So, what's going on, Mega TV Blaster? Panzer's in the house. So, after last week's stream, we streamed for like 5 hours and we got pretty close to completing this. But we were having some issues regarding the quad gantry leveling. And Zombie kept saying he thought it was related to my belts not being tensioned, which I didn't think was incorrect. But I was stubborn and really wanted to get a print going on stream. But we didn't end up fully getting it going. And so right afterwards, I did something really silly. And the Z offset, for whatever reasoning that we set on stream before I ended it, we did once through the screen and we did once through mainsail. It did not take. And so on the first print, in the first 8 seconds or so, we completely destroyed the powder-coated PEI bed. So I'm going to show it. We've got to show our battle scars. But this is what happened instantly. Hold on. Hold on. It's really good. Look at that. Yeah, it went straight through the powder. Like, I mean, I've scratched plenty of powder-coated PEI, but it's pretty hardy stuff. This was a deep, like, it completely ignored my Z offset. So yeah, there's a permanent swatch truck on here. So what I decided for now on, because this also happened on the Mercury 1.1, although that was a completely different, there was a completely different reasoning, this is now our sacrificial PEI. So afterwards, I ordered like $100 worth of PEI Honey Badger plates. I think I've got the P plate and the traditional powder coated coming today, actually. So we'll swap it. But yeah, I should have learned after last time that until the Z offset's set and you're seeing it working correctly, maybe don't use the nicest, freshest PEI build plate. So that happened. Yep. Yeah, it seems like it's fairly common. When I mentioned on Twitter last week that everything's great except for the first print destroy the PEI, and I had quite a few people saying that like they have sacrificial beds too or something like that. So I should have learned. Isn't that part of the setup process? Exactly. Good reason to have tap. That's why. That's what you get. Yeah, we won't do a swatch track on the next print. At least not for the first one. I've got some Benchy engravings on mine. I've done that with Basel nozzle. Yeah. So what else has happened since last week? So for anyone that was here to vote for our colored Nevermore, we voted for red. Although in the end, I think black is what we really wanted, but red had won in the poll. And the reason why there's black here isn't because I wanted to go against the vote. I goofed on that as well. So the only super glue I have is this incredibly runny super glue. Like, it's water. I'll show it to you. I love it because it doesn't ever gunk up the lid. But like if you look at, I don't know if you can actually, you can't hear it, but let me see if I can show it enough. I mean, it is the runniest of super. There we go. I mean, look at right there on the side. It's the thinnest stuff ever. And it works great. Like if you're dipping something into it, it's awesome, but it's very, very hard to control because when you tilt the nozzle, it just runs and drips out the side. And so basically what I'm getting at is that the first Nevermore red got covered in super glue and looked like hell. And so I ended up getting rid of that one. I already had this one printed out. And on the second go around, instead of trying to drip the super glue into the slots on here, which was a major fail, I dipped the magnets into a little bit of the super glue that I'd poured onto something, and that was a way better way of doing it. So yeah, that happened there. What else? So I did stick with, let's see, for the hinges here. If you go runny stuff, you need, oh great, it poured, look at that. It's closed, you can see it, look at that. It poured out even closed. It's so runny. Great, now my hands have got super glue. You need an accelerator, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'll get it off later. But it works great for quite a few things. Like I've used it for the CNC like clamping down stock material. It works awesome for that. And again, my biggest complaint with a lot of super glues is that I always use them a couple times and then the lid just completely welds to the bottle and I end up having to throw it out or cut the lid off. And so this stuff's been awesome. I've had it for a long time, but just super, super messy. So other things that I've done is I went with the stock hinges that came with the commercial print it forward kit. So these hinges are the print in place ones. So there's no like bolt going down the side. You've only got a single M3x8 socket head that goes into a T-nut. I did go with the beefier LDO front door hinges for a couple of reasons. One, I actually like them quite a bit better than the stock ones. They're just wider. Two, because it's an LDO kit, it comes with this little plate. And so this particular handle has a little insert that you can glue this into. So I just thought I liked it. It looked cool. That's really the only reasons why. I also printed out this little two-tone, I don't know what we would call it, badge, LDO badge. I don't think Fabrico has one, but since this build was sponsored by LDO and Fabrico, I plan on just designing one. I'll just basically take the hexagon, the LDO, or not the LDO, the Fabrico logo and extrude the F and then do a dual tone that'll go right here as well. One thing I did do, so I originally had planned on using the stock hinges because I said I was going to build this as stock as possible. However, I did not realize that this kit, hey Stuart, keep the super glue in the refrigerator when you're not using it, keeps the tip clear and extends shelf life. Huh, interesting. I gotta see if I can convince Aaron to let me keep super glue in our kitchen fridge, or the fridge, but if so, that's good to know. So, couple things. The hinges, or the panel clips or panel mounts that came with the commercial printed forward kit, okay, I'm gonna look here. They were too thin, so I don't know what foam size they were intended for, but I went with, I slightly goofed. The LDO kit comes with, I think, 1mm and 3mm foam, and I didn't realize that. So I did 3mm on everything. But the panels, regardless, wouldn't have worked for the 3mm sides. So I think it was Aaron. Yes, yeah. So it was Aaron that was the one that primarily, a couple people have told me these NX clips are awesome. Boy, do I love them. So for anyone that hasn't seen these, I think that they might not be quite as like aesthetically pleasing as maybe some of the other clips, but boy, for function, which is what I'm going for, they are incredible. So the reasons why is that there is zero hardware, like no hardware, no screws, no T-nuts, nothing. It's just, you've got the corner pieces, you've got the center pieces, and you've got these keys, and there's a whole range of thicknesses or depth or whatever. So anything from like 2mm up to like 9mm. So I printed out a couple to get just a little bit of squish on the panel without too much squish. But yeah, basically they're completely locked in, and to unlock them, you turn these keys so that way they're like in line with the extrusion channel, and they just pop right out like that. I mean, they are so nice. Yeah, and then to lock it back in, just press it into place, turn the key, and you're snapped in. I mean, it is such a functional, panel clip. So I'm totally big fan of these, and I think that very likely on the Cyborg kit, when we build the Trident, although I'll likely use whatever it came with if they're the right thickness, I'll probably end up doing this. This is likely going to be a standard for me for panel clips. They're just so rad. Hey, what's up, tripods? I was actually just watching your video on the F1, I think it was the F1, the X-Tool F1. How's it going? What's up, Rick? Tripods, my bot is YouTube streamer focusing on 3D printing content, but sometimes covers lasers and pizza. This is true. Yeah, did you see, where can you get those clips? So they were actually a little bit tricky to find. I found them once, and then the second time I tried Googling to find them, I couldn't find them anywhere. So I went back to the computer I found them on and emailed them to myself. Let me, I'll post them really quick here. Hey, Zombie, did you see the permanent indentation of the, oh, what the heck, 1 second. Let me find this real quick. One thing at a time, I'll scroll out of this. I would have emailed them to myself. Where are we? Me, handle. Nope, that's not it. 30 seconds. Not seeing them. Why am I not seeing them? Clips. Okay, I might have to. Oh, here we go. I got him. Yeah, for some reason I saw that like they must have moved things around in their GitHub because it was not like I kept finding links that were dead links. I clicked on them and they just wouldn't go anywhere. So for anyone interested, there's the hinges. But yeah, I'm a huge fan. They're really cool. Let's see. Pineapple pizza. So good. Did you level your bed? I tried to. I missed your streams. Glad to be part of it again after 1 month of unwanted break from the. Oh man. Well, welcome back. I hope. I couldn't imagine. Well, hopefully it was a good month. Break. Have you looked at the Boron latch downside if you have to assemble 20 to 30 of them? I did look at the Voron latches, and initially that was what my game plan was. I was pretty sold on the Voron latches, and the only reason why I didn't go with them was also because when I saw that there's still hardware involved. I think that there's two. I think you still need one for the actual the extrusion, and then another one that sort of acts as the pivoting point. And I still think they're awesome. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with those latches, and I know a lot of people use them. But when I saw that this just required no hardware and how quick it was to take off anything, I just, like, I don't, the panels, like, functionality is the key thing for me, and simplicity, and I don't know what more I could want other than no hardware and just, you know, holds tight. It's great. So, but yeah, I do think for anyone that's interested, the snap latches, they stay on the machine and can do one-handed. Yeah, I mean, again, it's partially personal preference. I can see a benefit of having them stay on the machine because I can totally see myself taking things off, putting them somewhere, and then being like, oh, where did I put them? I do like that the keys stay inside the parts once you attach them. So yeah, I mean, again, you got to do whatever you think is best, but between the latches, and I know there's some that like the magnets, and I love magnets, but boy, after my rendezvous with gluing things, I'm just like, if I don't have to use them, I'm not going to. Pineapple belongs on pizza. So yeah, what happened? Basically, after we ended the stream last week, I got the quad gantry level to work, I think. I either got it to work or I tightened the Z-belts ever so slightly so that way it was more consistent. And then I went to print the Swatch truck, and it just dug. Like, it just instantly dug into it. I'll show you again, Zombie, since you didn't see the carnage. It's right. I mean, it's a there you go. It's a Swatch truck. So, yeah, that's a pretty battle scar right there. Oh, snap latches also require zero hardware? Interesting. Okay, I'll have to look at them. You'll need to sell me on having pineapple on pizza. Well, you live in Chicago. You have different. It's different, man. I like the classics, but I don't know, something about like the Canadian bacon or bacon and pineapple is just so good. Maybe I'll check out snap latches on the Trident then, just to get a comparison between the two. Did you have save the wrong offset? I don't know. I mean, I thought we did it on stream where we tried it both with clipper screen and we tried it with mainsail, and we saved it to the end stop, not the probe. That's what you know. So, hey, what's up, Inappropriate? A half hour to an hour tops for machine set, my friend. Hey, what's going on, William? Pepperoni. Ooh, gosh, you guys are getting me hungry already. Snap latches took forever to put together and were so tedious. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll give them a go. I guess, I mean, I haven't used them firsthand, and so I just know that I had seen these, and these looked really cool. Also, I liked, I think it was also, yeah, it was Aaron that had mentioned it that had me looking into it. The front, I saw some people modding the V2.4 with the annex front door, which instead of 3mm acrylic is either 5 or 6. And it's a singular piece, so it's more rigid. I think it uses 3 hinges and then a pretty beefy, or two of these like little handles that go onto it. So I might end up trying that as well. Yeah, they were pretty cool. Salty and sweet, yum. Did Xtalk send you accessories for the P2? They did not. I did reach out to my contact though, and they are willing to send the, what did I just say a second ago? Is it the K one? No, the whatever one I just said, the diode slash 1062 fiber wavelength one. So I might be getting that in. Last thing I did also was the handles. I looked around at handles for quite a bit, and I didn't really like the aluminum ones that came in the LDO kit. They're not. Watch, I'll show you guys them. So for one, they're just I don't know how well you can see them, but they're just kind of not very nice to grab, like both the size, and I just didn't really like them overall. But then because I went with the 3mm foam on top instead of the 1mm or whatever the thinner stuff was, it didn't sit correctly. So I was already on the hunt for a different type of handle. You could easily cut a door yourself if you have the riser. And oh yeah. Well, I have the I can cut it, Aaron. I have the Shapeoko 4 here. So I did the I actually CNC'd out the panels for or the bottom panel for the Mercury 1.1 that worked really well. So I can CNC it out. The brick wasn't great at all. I was working really hard and internet sucked, but at least I have money to convert my energy. Ooh, nice. Yeah. What's up, Ohio? Hey, what's up, Kyliza? So yeah, I ended up finding two different. Also, these are loose, by the way. I didn't have M5 by 12 socket heads, so they're coming in the mail in like a day or two. But yeah, the main handles I saw everyone recommending were either these ones, which are the rigid handles. I think that's the name of them. And then there's one other handle set that I liked the look of the other ones better. I'll show you guys. Voron mods. GitHub. Printer mods. It's like the first one on here. Handle. Yeah, so this is the handle. Oh, you can't see this. What's going on? Bear with me. Bright monitor. Weird. So it did break some things. Okay, it's back. Can you see it now? I don't know what happened the first second there. I just had to refresh it. So this was the original handle that I was going for, and I actually printed it out twice. Since the curved, like, I like the curved handle, like it's nice, but because of the stair stepping, I just didn't like the way it was looking. And I even tried playing around with variable layer height, and I just wasn't getting the results that I liked. So I decided to go with just a I don't know, I can't see that message. It's Aaron. Oh. Yeah, I decided to just go with the thicker handles that I've got on here, and they seem awesome. So, but yeah, I think that's the majority of the things that we've done. We did get, Kyle is the creator of Camp, or Clipper Adaptive Meshing and Purging. And thank you very much. And I tried getting that set up last week, and I mentioned it to Aaron after I got it figured out, but there was an update to it, and the update's awesome. However, there was a bug, and it was found almost right away. I think he patched it same day, but when I was first getting this set up, I thought it was a me thing, and basically when it was going to do the variable mesh, it wasn't grabbing the probe, so it was throwing an error. But it's all fixed now. It's pretty cool actually. I'll show that to you really quickly here. So, device. Okay. I have your thicker handles. They work. That's all I need. Oh, you have the same ones that I have on here? I don't know. I never clicked to say. Okay. So with the latest version of Camp 1, it's super simple to get it set up through Moonraker and the update manager. So if there's ever an update, you can just do like a one-click push to update. And also the way it's set up now is where you have the Camp settings file right here, which is the only one that you really need to modify. And then all the other files are in the Camp folder, just sort of off here. And you don't really need to interact with any of them. I believe the Camp settings here just references, maybe it doesn't, maybe I'm wrong, read only. I'm actually not sure then, because I thought that this camp settings reference this camp settings, which it might, but it doesn't look like when I'm looking here that they're updating, like they've updated, because this should be true right there. But regardless, you only edit the camp settings file in the main directory. That's what I was doing. That's what I get for doing dev on a machine without a dockable probe. Hey, what's up, Logan? Hey, Gamer Geek. I'm having a weird issue on one of my printers where it won't purge because my Mac something isn't set to 5. Oh, it's probably your. Did you fix that? Because this, I got the same error on this. It was under. Oops, that's not right. It's under your extruder. It's your Mac's. It threw out the same error. Where are you? Up further down. Extruder. Here, Max Extrude cross section 5. The first time I tried to run it successfully after I updated it, that was the error I got, and I didn't even have this configured in, so I don't know whatever the default is, but I had to add it and switch it to 5. Sorry, you can install camp directly through Mainsail. Yeah, so I'll show. Also, for anyone that's wondering, I saw someone ask what camp is. So in Clipper, through the Exclude Object module, which the Exclude Object module, I've done videos on all this stuff. So if you want to check it out, go on the main channel. Also, where's my side cam? 1 second here. There I am. Oh, that's not what I want. Desktop. Not what I want either. Hold on. There we go. There's a lot of things happening. So Clipper has there's the Exclude Object module, which used to be a thing that wasn't directly in Clipper, but now it's in Clipper. And so to use that, I'll try to show this stuff really quick here. All you have to do now, if you're on the latest Clipper, is add this Exclude Object to your printer.cfg. And with this, if you have label objects enabled in your slicer, so in this case in Orca Slicer, under others, there is Exclude Objects, and label objects is on. And so labeling objects is what's needed. You can, if you have a plate of multiple objects, and let's say one of them fails mid-print, or for whatever reasoning, you don't want to complete one of the parts, but you don't want to kill the tray, from within your config, or within Mainsail, you can actually click, there will be a little X right here. And when you click on that, it'll show your plate and like an outline of the parts you're printing. And you just click and you can basically remove or have it ignore all the G-code associated with that. So it's pretty cool. It's a new print and play stealth printer. No, it's not. Yeah, so that's what that is. And then the Exclude Object module is required to use camp. Yep. So let me go over to camp now, so you can see the updated stuff. So Clipper adaptive meshing. Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, because I just did the video on this, this all has been updated. So it's like the instructions and everything are way cleaner, which is nice. It makes it a lot easier to follow it from beginning to end. So all you need to do is have the Exclude Object module, like I just showed, and then add. I didn't have a file manager section underneath my moonraker.config. So if you don't, all you do is go under machine and then moonraker config and add right here, file manager, enable object processing. So you just copy paste that essentially. You need to have object labeling on, which I just showed in the slicer. So it's enabled by default on Orca Slicer. I don't know if on the latest Prusa Slicer it is or not. Bamboo needs Exclude Object. I don't know. Oh wait, Bamboo needs Exclude Object. Oh, Bamboo doesn't have it, does it? Yeah, I don't think Bamboo has it, which is odd to me. And then yeah, installation process is simple. You basically just SSH, and from here, clone the repository. This will copy the files into place into the camp folder, and then this right here creates, this command creates a relation between the camp settings that you edit and the camp settings that's read only. And so yeah, and then basically add this here and you're ready to rock and roll. It might sound complicated when I'm speeding through it, but if you look at the instructions here, it's pretty straightforward. And then depending on your setup, like you don't have to use all the above. If you just want adaptive meshing, if you just want adaptive purging, you can do that. And then Kyle also just told me, I think yesterday or maybe even today, about the Smart Park, which I don't know if is there info on Smart Park? Here we go. So if you want smart parking, these settings are used for adjusting Camp's Smart Park function, which is helped to move the print head near the print area to do your final heating. So instead of parking your print head wherever it would be, it has your print head close to where it's going to be starting the print job. So yeah, for the Bamboo added it. Oh, I haven't downloaded Slice, their new Slicer 1.7 beta. We can do that if we want to take a look at it. 2.4 looks great. What's next? Are you planning to build Cyborg's Trident? Yeah, so Steve Builds and I have been talking for months about building a VZBot and doing a collab stream build series for it. And we were waiting for Mello to release the 235 version because we didn't want to build the 330 for both of us. It's a big printer and space is an issue. Even here, like these printers are big. So we decided to wait for 235, and we are very, very close to probably announcing when we're going to start this build series. And so we're going to start the Trident next week, and we're likely going to do the Trident next week and the following week. So hopefully frame, rails, and a little bit more than that. And then we're going to pause it and jump over to the VZBot because it's a bit more to sort of organize and orchestrate. I don't want to give too much until like I've talked to Steve and we figure out how we want to announce it. But for a rough draft, we're going to be streaming Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesdays on this channel, Sundays on his channel, and we're going to rotate back and forth throughout the build. And that's all I'm going to say until we go through a little bit more. So, what's the point of the parking? I think the point of the parking is primarily to speed things up. Like, so normally it docks it, everything heats up in the back, and then it moves over and does its purge line. So in this case, it doesn't have to, like, it can heat where it's going to be. So the second it's hit temperature, I mean, I think it's primarily to save like a fraction of time, a very small fraction of time, but it's just an extra feature that if you want to, you can enable it. The primary thing I love is the variable meshing is by far my favorite part of it. And something really cool is that I got in, I was talking about this last week, but I got in the Chitty-Tech X Max revision, like, so their Clipper Big Core XY printer, and they made a lot of changes, both on the hardware side, the firmware side, and the slicer side. And on the firmware side, it now ships default with adaptive meshing built into their Clipper install. And it is awesome. Because it's such a big printer, it's, I think, again, like 330 by 330 build volume roughly. And it's not the thickest plate. It's certainly no, mix 6 like this. Although it does do a full mesh when you first set it up. Having it do an adaptive mesh before each print, so all the handles, all of the annex clips so far have all been printed on that, the new Chitty Max. It's been printing ABS beautifully. The first layers and everything have been awesome. So I'm right now really, really stoked on that. Yeah, let's, I guess I wanted to get input shaping set up on this, but let's fire up a small print here. Let's just do we want to do something classy, we're not doing another, it saves you a whopping 0.00, yeah. You heard it here. Yeah, I'm sure it is, I think it is a bit overkill. It definitely is. So I think before we do input shaping, let's do a print just so we can see that it does indeed work. I'm wondering if we should print something. I don't know what color I want to use. Let's do, you know what? I've got Polymaker Easter, an Easter color sitting over here that I haven't really done much with. Do we want to do something simple like a Voron cube, or do we want to do something different? Whatever we do, let's do it a relatively small print so we can try to do input shaping after. Also, one second. Let's heat this up. Print some JST pliers, Polymaker cube, Swatch truck. I have to run to the dentist. Be back in an hour if you're still on. Okay, yeah, we should. I think we'll be on for a little, like, hour and a half roughly is what the game plan is. Cali Dragon. I do like the Cali Dragon. Do one of your boxes for your peg board. Oh, I guess that's cool because it is functional. I could see if I can find. See if I can find it. Let's see. Let's heat things up here. So one thing I am sort of curious about, and I think I know the answer to, but I want to ask just because to make sure I'm correct. So on this printer, it has the clicky probe, and then it also has the nozzle probe in the back. And it's not set up to use automatic Z adjusting. So with automatic Z adjusting, I haven't done it, but my understanding is it measures the clicky housing, so it knows exactly like how offset clicky is from your nozzle. So that way, if you swap out your bed, it knows that measurement and it can adjust for it. This doesn't have that at least set up as is, but it does have clicky and the nozzle probe. So the question I have is I've ran now three printers with just clicky and no nozzle probe, and it's worked great. The only benefit I can see having this nozzle probe in addition to having clicky would be if I swap out my nozzle and it's not exactly the same height. Is that correct? Because if the nozzle tip and the clicky were to remain at the exact same distance, then once I set my offset, it should never matter. But the only reason I can see that nozzle probe being worth anything is, again, if you swap your nozzle and it's on exactly the right height, it'll catch that when it goes down and it can compensate your offset based off that. I want to make sure that I'm understanding that correctly, but that's the only benefit I can see. Hey, Monkey Butler Labs. That is quite the name. Thank you for becoming a member. Okay, it's for nozzle changing. You need to install the Auto Z. Yeah, I know that it's not built into Clipper natively, and I've looked at the plugin before. I've debated doing a video on it. I might actually Kevin aka Sam belted Z that has the clack ender. I might end up doing that for. Yeah, build sheets still have different offsets. That's true. That's true. So I guess even if you have it set up, you'd want it differently. Like I typically smash filament in further on a powder coated bed, not as far as the Swatch truck did, but I normally have it go in further than on smooth PEI, where it just seems to bite a bit more onto it. Okay, so that's the reason why then. So it's definitely not necessary, generally speaking, because I haven't used it on any other printer and I've been fine with it. And Revo has been relatively consistent with nozzle swaps to where the height hasn't been different. So, but I get it. I mean, I guess like it allows more freedom. Like let's say you were throwing in like something in between a Volcano and a V6 into a hot end that normally takes a V6 and your nozzle tip sticks out a little bit, you wouldn't have to do any offsets because it would catch that. So I just was curious because I'm like, this is not on any of my other printers and they work fine. So what is its purpose? But it makes sense. I mean, it's if nothing else, it'll catch, it can potentially save you from an issue. So there's no reason not to have it. What am I doing here? I'm trying to extrude filament. There we go. Damn. You know what we should have done? I mean, it's kind of too late now. But I was gonna say we could have thrown on a bigger nozzle and played around with a larger Revo nozzle. Yeah, I think we're likely gonna do tap. We're definitely doing tap on the Trident. Cyborg sent tap, their printed tap. So we're gonna do that with the Trident, definitely. And then based off my experience with that, and if I end up, thinking that I like how it's going, we'll end up upgrading. Or if, swapping, we'll call it a swap, maybe not. Depending on, I know some like clicky more than tap, so. Or, yeah, that's right. Just go tap and profit. Both me and Steve have done that, and it's not consistent enough. Both me and Steve have done that. Wait, done what? Swapped out. What do you mean, Zombie? You guys have swapped out Revos without using a nozzle probe, and that wasn't consistent enough, or you're saying that the nozzle probe wasn't consistent enough? Tab is easier to get working than click with Auto Z, in my honest opinion. Beacon. I know I'm gonna do Beacon. If it's not part of the Mellow kit, I'm gonna do it after we do that build. I promise you. I've been dying to get to use that. And actually, no. The reason somebody asked if this was, I think it was John, because classic John. This is not a print in place stealth burner. This is the full stealth burner assembly. And I don't use this. This computer is strictly the streaming computer. I don't do any editing, any like CAD playing around with on here generally. But right before this stream, I wanted to import this because I've never used this little. I wasn't even sure where the heck I was supposed to mount the ADXL on the stealth burner because I've never seen this, and it shows you how to assemble it in the instructions. It doesn't show you where to mount it. So I downloaded the assembly, but for whatever reasoning, on this computer, Onshape wasn't playing nicely. I know it's browser-based, but it wasn't playing nicely with importing this, and Shaper 3D was also not playing nicely. So I was like, well, the slicers can take step files, and so this is at least good enough for me to import it and be like, okay, this is how we mount it. Beacon is love because life. I use Boop on Micron and it works great. Yeah, Boop looks cool. Are you printing with PLA right now because your doors are open? Yeah. Printing with PLA right now. We will delete this. And let's find something. Let's go to printables. Let's find something to print here. It would be cool if it was something functional. I could print a chip clip. They can never have too many chip clips, and those are quick. I know that LSE mentioned one of these pot things or these little organizers for the background, but I don't know. It would take me a while to find them. It's been a while since I printed them out. Turbo Snail? What is that? What is Turbo Snail? Oh my god. What is this? This isn't even it, but model is very big. Dude, this isn't what we were looking I kind of love this. Wait, Printables has a dark mode? I didn't even know that. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Dude, there we go. I don't know how this will print. We can try this. Oh, you posted it? Okay. Hold on, let me always live streams. Oh, it's the NX Snail? Oh, that's awesome. It's too big for right now. I want to print something smaller, but that is a very cool model. Let me see if I can show it really quick. It's quite literally a snail with a turbo. That's awesome. We're gonna do this snail because it's like a happy accident that I ended up finding this snail. So we're gonna roll with this. Let's see. We'll do a let's see, sport, critical. I'm cool with enable sport, tree, on build plate only. PLA. So oh no, we just want generic PLA for right now. Oops. CNC tap is iffy depending on the random tension on the carriage on the rail. It scales down. Okay, so my daughter loves snails. We have pet snails now. That's awesome. I've heard mixed things about CNC tap. There's two. I'm probably gonna end up at some point testing out a few different taps. The latest revision from Voron, the what's the labs company? I can't think of what they're called right now. Why is this not? Oh, there we go. scale it down. Chaotic Labs is who makes it. And then there's the one, yeah, we'll print this out. And then there's the one that is, I think, primarily sold on Etsy by the creator. That's supposed to be more repeatable and I think lighter, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to do. I think it'd be fun to do a video sort of testing out the different tap options. Chaotic Labs seems to tap their sister company. Are they? Oh, really? That's interesting. I had no idea there was any sort of relationship between Big Tree Tech. Yeah, I had no idea that there was a. That's interesting. I gotta go print one of those snails for my girlfriend. Oh, no, they're not. Big Tree Tech is just a reseller in some markets. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't... That seems odd to me. Like, I don't see why Big Tree Tech... When Big Tree Tech already makes Voron mods... Are we heating up? What are we doing here? 1 second. Yeah, we are heating the bed. When Big Tree Tech already makes Voron mods, I don't see why they would make a different company name to sell specific ones. Turbo Snails is a Volkswagen thing. Oh, interesting. Aaron's car when we first started dating was a green Volkswagen Bug with turbo, and she loved it. I think Galaxia was its name. I did not like that car. She loved that car. It was so unreliable. Hey, Carl. It's up for conversations with Luke from Big Tree Tech at Murph. Big Tree Tech and Chaotic Labs are owned by the same parent company. Interesting. Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, I know Luke is one of the main, like, he works for Big Tree Tech. I've had conversations with him. He does some of their tech stuff and some of their R&D. Like, he does a lot of things with them. Yeah. Also, in other exciting news, I'm going to attempt to install a ceiling camera. I have an extra camera, the ZV-1, which is a really solid camera. It actually used to be our side camera before I got the FX30. And then I was using it as a webcam, and then I bought a different web camera. So I'm going to attempt to mount it to the ceiling up here, since we're going to be here for at least another 5-ish months. Wait, watch the bed. Watch, oh, thanks, Snappin'. Is using mainsail? I am using mainsail, yeah. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a ceiling mounted camera really soon. If I can get it mounted today, gonna need a pretty long Ethernet cable and some sort of power extension cable, but it'll be nice to have an overhead view. Still struggling with the probing-ish. It's probably because I just moved the machine. Like I rotated the machine, I haven't printed with it since. But maybe not. Oh, main snail, oh my gosh. Does your nozzle hit your bed too while cog? No, nozzle doesn't. No, nozzle doesn't hit the bed. Oh, you guys can't see, let's see. Yeah, it's usually it gets it on the second try. We had to add an additional offset though last stream because it was sketchy close. We added, I think, an additional 10 or so millimeters roughly. Yeah, this is the longest it's taken, Zombie. Like it's been doing it in two goes. I know that I think Aaron said was either Delmar or Aaron said that they haven't had good luck with these the actual switches on here. I do have another one I could try to see if it's the switch that's just not consistent. I don't really know. Second or third pass is normal. Okay. Yeah, then normally it's been doing it in like 2 passes typically. Did you tighten the Z-belt? I did. Yeah, so that's another thing I wanted to talk about was the tensioning. So I tried going through the tensioning using the secondary tuning guide that Voron has, and I could not get the Z-belt. I couldn't figure out exactly how I was supposed to position the Z-belts to get the frequency it wanted. So for Z-belts, I just tensioned them by hand. They weren't tensioned using an app. However, for the AB belts, I did follow the guide where I basically pulled them so there was 150 millimeters of belt from the tensioner to the center of the idler, and I was able to get the frequency right on where I wanted it. So when I first started doing the quad gantry adjuster, it would do it in like 3 passes. Now it takes about 5. Accuracy has dropped. Interesting. My arm run works great. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if we do, or when we switch over to tap, how the quad gantry leveling differs, you know? Like if it still takes roughly the same amount of tries or if it's quicker. Nozzle looks kind of far away, but I think I did this intentionally because it extrudes. Yeah, it extrudes a pretty big blob. I think nozzle needs to be a hair closer. Yeah, it does. We'll leave it for this run, but I need to bring it a little bit closer as well. You think that there could be a loose Z drive grub screw? Whoop. Now mainsail needs to fork over to mainsail. Time to get more repeatable clicky switch. Yeah, possibly. It could be. Well, what I need to do is I haven't ran. Aaron sent over the repeatability test for the switch, and I need to run that. I didn't actually end up running it. I've been focused on primarily getting the final touches of the hardware done before I spent a lot of time doing things like pressure advance, input shaping, stuff like that. Although I probably should have done the repeatability test. The actual bolts on each pivoting part need to be super tight. The bolts on each pivoting part. Which bolt? You mean the tension bolt, right? That's like up top, the one that you tighten to tension the belts? I put quite a bit of tension on those Z belts. Oh, guy in chat, gotcha. Yeah, I was really trying to understand, like, so I'll show you this too. Probably easier than talking about it. Secondary print tuning guide. There we go. Yeah, so for belt tensioning on V2, AB no, Z belts, yeah. So it says, a good starting point is 140 hertz. You will follow a similar process. Move the gantry upwards until the fixed side of the bed. Move the gantry upwards until the fixed side. Oh, belt. Sorry, belt is 150 millimeters from the Z idler center. Okay, so fixed side, sure. Pluck, measure, and adjust same as above. Okay, well I guess that is pretty straightforward then. You're measuring that the inner. No. It would be the outer belt then, because that's the one that's fixed. So the outer belt. But yeah, when I tried doing it based off that, I didn't feel like I was getting close to 140 hertz. So, 140 hertz. So I ended up just going for it as far as tensioning it. So I can do that as well. Take the panels off and attempt to do that again. Review Ellis V2 guide. Does he have more? So it's not gantry squaring. Retensioning your AV belts. Wait, tighten your extruder belt. Reinstall your Z joints. Or maybe it was there and I missed it. I don't. You should check and retighten every screw after the first couple hours of printing. Retighten every screw, Jose. Yeah, the purge looks great. I did tweak it a couple of times. Originally, because of the way the Revo nozzle is, and there's so much brass. Well, I guess it depends on which Revo nozzle you have, but like on the base one, there's so much brass. With the default height, it was sticking to the outside of the brass. So I ended up raising. I ended up tweaking the. Let me see. I made a couple of small changes to the config. Yeah, so I adjusted the purge height. I can't remember what the default value is. I set 1.2 and default value was 0.8, so 50% higher. And then let's see, 0, 10, 30, 12. Did I change anything else? 10, 30, 12. 0, 10, 30, 12. Oh, okay, I lowered flow rate ever so slightly. So default was, it says default, I'm a goof. It says them right here. Yeah, default flow rate was set to 12 cubic millimeters a second. I slightly dropped that down to 10, and that seems like it's been doing good. Yes, there will be a giveaway. We'll open that up in 24 minutes. The bolt that attaches the gantry to the Z. Oh, interesting. Gotcha. So you're talking about the one that's in the block, like it's a M, let me see. It's an M5 socket head. Basically, so you can do it from the side, you can see it. We'll do this one. So you're saying this guy, like the bolt that goes from here to here. You're saying retighten it or just make sure it's super tight? But yeah, maybe what I'll do is take the panels off, make sure that those are tight, the bolts underneath it, and then try it one more time. Because again, I know that the AB belts at least were good. I mean, I'm sure they'll stretch out a bit with time, but I know that they were good when I tested them. Well, they weren't good. I I got them set correctly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, the Z belts just weren't within a range where I'm like, I must have been strumming the belts wrong. Hey, what's up, Benny? Yeah, printer is working. Hey, Adrian, 100 likes before it opens. 100 likes before it opens chat. Are we at 100 likes? No way. No way. I haven't looked. Oh, we're at 62 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. We'll see if we can hit 100 before the giveaway opens. No Voron logo purge. No, maybe I'll do it for fun at one point, but I like just the standard line purge. Why the Z-Belt craze? Almost all CNC type commercial machines use lead screws or ball screws. I'm still stuck on the Z-Crew train comments. I don't think there's anything wrong with a proper lead screw or a ball screw. I mean, like the Pantheon machines use ball screws. Quite a few of the like prosumer machines use ball screws. And also, I mean, the Trident uses lead screws. So I think that the issue is cheap lead screws, bent lead screws. Like, it's just, there's potential, but I guess with belts, right, if you don't have them tensioned correctly, then there's issues there too. So it's not like one's just perfect and the other one's bad. But I mean, you get quicker Z travels and Z hops, which is nice. I mean, I guess Z hops aren't, like, lead screws can Z hop plenty fast, so it's not so much of an issue. And Z travels, you're only doing so much, you know, other than like homing and leveling, you're not doing a whole lot of Z travel. Yeah, I think a lot of it is just from the days of like Z wobble and cheap lead screws. Lead/ball screws in a 350 spec are expensive. The build looks awesome. Congrats. Thank you very much. I am very happy with this printer. There's not really a lot right now. Like, game plan long term is likely to do tap. At some point, maybe upgrade skirts to the new version, but I'm not in a rush. These skirts are fine. They look great. And I would like to do CAN bus for cleaner wiring. I would get rid of the X and Y drag chain, or I guess, yeah, X and Y drag chain, and just go straight up CAN bus. I think I would like to do that. But aside from that, I don't really, like, I'm really happy with this. It turned out awesome. My power is out of work, so I'm big chilling. They canceled my dentist appointment, so I'm back. Was it just a checkup, or were you going to have something done? I had so much, well, not so much, but like I had to get quite a bit of dental work done right before Jackson was born. I actually had, it's going to change to the song that I don't like. There it is. Yeah, the day that Jackson, well, the day that we were checked into the hospital for Aaron for Jackson, I was getting a tooth extracted, and it was rough. And I had to deal with a bunch of crap with insurance saying that, or no, yeah, the dentist saying that insurance would cover things, and then all of a sudden the dentist calls me up and is like, "Hey, you owe us $1,000," and it turns out insurance didn't really cover anything, and so I was sort of stressed out because there was a lot of we still were dealing with baby bills, which we were finally, it's behind us as of like a couple weeks ago, thank hallelujah. But yeah, like I called the dentist, and the first person I talked to was sort of like, yeah, well, we can't guarantee anything, like, you know, it's just an estimate. I'm like, great. So I was calling them back to see if they were willing to do anything for us, and the second person I talked to was a completely different conversation. She said, oh, no, like, it's on us, like, we made the mistake, and she completely wiped away $600 off that bill like nothing. She's like, yeah, it's fine, well, you know, we'll eat the cost. So definitely helps. What are the new skirts? Wish I had one but black and blue. Yeah, black and blue is cool. I know Steve's done a couple of really cool like ender wire, switch wire, black and blue, like one with a darker blue and one with a lighter as well. I'm pretty sure unless they haven't been released, I thought Steve, let me see, one sec. They're like, one second. Let me see if Steve has posted. I thought he posted something. Will I find it? Yes. Oh, maybe it's not released yet. But Steve had posted this. I just assumed it was released because this was back in May. But this is his 2.4, and it's basically running the Trident style skirts, and he even added the mesh to it. They look gorgeous. Would seriously be interested in watching a can upgrade video. If we do can upgrade on this, it wouldn't be a like how I did the can video for the Mercury 1.1. That's too specific. Like I would end up doing it probably on live stream. We would just upgrade it together. But I do plan on doing, well, maybe Maybe, because I'm planning on doing a can bridge video at some point, but I was planning on doing it on the Cyborg V0.2, not on this printer. Printed tap seems sufficient. I know printed tap is heavier than the CNC versions. For most, I'm sure it's negligible, but that's one of the main things I saw. I just did the Bitchy check 2020 and everything went well, except the cable is very thick, so umbilical was, oh, interesting. Hey, what's up, Sam? Has Bitchy Tech fixed the power problem on the SP? I didn't think there was a power problem. I thought that it was, Mello's board that had the issue. AKA, we'll take the artificial markup off your bill that was put there. First place we can discount it for insurance companies. They think they're getting a deal. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I don't really know what was going on behind the scenes. I was just happy to not have to pay that. And then the other, they said that my tooth, it was a wisdom tooth I had to get removed. I had never gotten one removed, and one of them was becoming problematic. And they put that as a 1-year hold period as a major operation. But when I looked on the insurance, it should have been a 6-month hold, which I was within. So I'm dealing with that, and it's just fun stuff. I think those were the new Galileo Z drives. I think they were as well, but I thought that these skirts were going to be an option for any of them. Oh, are we saying that these skirts won't fit? Is that the issue? Is that these skirts won't fit with the full-size steppers? I thought that they... I feel like they would fit. Well, I got here for... yeah. You showed up just in time. How's your V0.2 build going, Mitch? The CNC one? Or the other one? You have two. I didn't have to do any workarounds for the Bitchy 2040 with the UTC. Nice, okay. Yeah, the UTC seems pretty straightforward. That's what I've used. That's all I've used. I'm working at McDonald's again. Nice. That was my first job. I worked there for a year. What do you do there? Usually there's defined roles. I was cashier / second window drive-through / fries / that was probably it. And lobby stuff, I guess. Canvas is probably more useful on a 2.4 than a V0. Fair. Yeah, you're not wrong. Part of the reason why I want to do it on the V0.2 is that the board that it comes with, is the, oh god, I can't even think of what the board's called right now. I'll have to look. Well, you might know. You have the Cyborg board. What's the board, Mitch? But the board that it comes with doesn't have very many controllable fans. It has like 2 always-on fan slots and 2 controllable fan slots. And so I am planning on adding an auxiliary fan to the side as well as a filter to the V0.2. And so if I go CAN bus, it would free up 2 of those fan ports. So the or maybe not on that board. Maybe it's only 1. I have to look. I really can't. I can just look really quick. Let's look right now. Let me see. Cyborg V0.2. I just built it, but I can't remember the damn board name. Oh, Fly Gemini. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Okay, Fly. Thank you, Fly Gemini V3 GitHub. Yeah, I think there's only 2 Fly Gemini can purchase here. Setup information. Can be found here or here. Driver jumpers, CAN bus, driver diag. No. Board information, 3D printer, canvas, fluid, main cell. Where's the pin diagram? There we go. All right, let's see. So we've got fan 0, fan 1. Okay, so we don't even have that. Yeah, we've got 2 controllable fans. You guys can't see this because my damn picture, huh? There we go. So you've got 2 controllable fans, PC6 and PC7, which is right now the layer cooling fan and the board case fan. and then you have got an always-on fan. So what I'd likely end up doing is turning the always-on fan, making the always-on fan into the controller fan. So we'll just have that on, because I don't think that's the case right now. And then it would free up these two. And so that way I can use the CAN bus board for the hot end fan to make it temperature controlled and the layer cooling fans. And then this would be one for the auxiliary that I can have on its own pinout. And the fan one would be for the filter. So that's likely the reason I want to do it, is so that way I have enough fan ports. Yeah, it needs a clipper expansion board. There's a fixture for 24 drivers by coupling, change the driver code, it's been solved for. Wait, is it 2240 driver, minus fly Gemini. I do frying fillet, first window and lobby if they are short on underpaid 15-year-olds. I got the job when I was 17 and I left before I was 18 because, well, it's a long story, but we got a new general manager and she was the absolute worst. I couldn't stand her, and it's hard for me not to really not like someone. You really got to be a bad person, or not a bad person, but like a really unpleasant person. And she just, my buddies that I was working with were quitting because of her, and she was treating me like crap. And so I ended up writing a letter to corporate, not really thinking that I would get a response, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. Like, two of my friends had left. She was initially, essentially harassing me. And lo and behold, and then I quit. No, I quit. I wrote a letter to corporate and I quit. I put in my 2 weeks. And corporate ended up calling me and having me come in for like an interview. And she lost her job and they offered me my job back. And I said like, thank you, I appreciate it, but like I didn't write that in hopes to get my job back. I just, like, I had a lot of friends that I work with there. Like, I mean, it was my first job and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So many people that work there that I really liked and cared about. I didn't want them to have to deal with such poor like treatment. She just was not a nice person. Yeah, and then I ended up, because of that, that's around the time I was also working off Craigslist, buying video game consoles and repairing them or hacking them and selling them. So I ended up doing that full time for the next year, which was a very fun break. It was a very fun break at 18 to work for myself and just work off Craigslist. It was a very, I don't want to say sketchy time, but like adventure, a lot of adventure things going on. So, what is about, you need additional drivers for Triple Z setup if you go, oh, gotcha. Easiest solution is ERCF board. Gotcha. Yeah, it wouldn't work for, interesting, it wouldn't work for a, so you got X, Y, Z. Gotcha, so you wouldn't, even with a CAN board, you wouldn't be able to do triple drivers. Working on Craigslist sounds bad. Well, I mean, I gave context. I was buying video game consoles and refurbing them and stuff. There's a 5-volt fan too that's labeled core fan. Oh, cool, okay. Maybe I'll use a 5-volt. Okay, that's neat. Well, maybe if that's the case, I'll use the 5-volt fan for the controller, because I do have some 5-volt fans I picked up for the Raspberry Pi. Hey, what's up, Rui? This Polo, this is a 300 millimeter by 300 millimeter build. I was trying to make people aware that if they have the board, they can figure out a solution of error. I might run the case fan off the power supply. Ooh, that's not a bad idea as well. Just run it directly off the power supply. I don't know why I didn't think about that. That's how a lot of boards, like especially we're talking like the older boards, sort of how they all were. They were just wired in line. I worked one for 2 years. Every manager was super chill. I left because I had to move, but now I'm back in a different one. Gotcha. You know, this could be almost fully automated. There's an experimental automated restaurant. Yeah, I don't doubt that at some point in the future that's going to be a thing. I've seen a few sort of semi-automated. I almost feel like that LED fan's making it harder for the camera to pick it up, but that's okay. Let's see, how are we looking? Looking all right. We're looking okay. Let's see, how far along are we? We are... repair device or 60%. I'd much rather fix and resell video game stuff than my last two jobs. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, granted, at the time I was 18, I was living at home, and my bills were minimal. I think I had a car payment that was not very expensive, and I don't know if I was paying rent to my parents at that time. I don't think that I was. I think that my primary thing was just like food, gas. I was going to school at the time as well, at least part-time at community college. I can't remember if I don't think I was going full-time at that point. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun because I didn't really need consistency. I was still on my parents' medical, so I didn't have to worry about medical. And I had a really good time with it. And for a while, I was making more money doing that than anything. Like I basically was, the Xbox 360 was the main thing I was doing, which was buying Red Ring of Death Xboxes, or any, I guess any error, disk drive errors, didn't really matter. And then reflowing them or cleaning them up, fan modding them so the fans are running quicker. And then I would either JTAG them or RGH them, and then I would sell them locally. And it would take, like, the console that I picked up for like $40 would resell for like $300 or something like that. So it was awesome. Coming from I think my first job, minimum wage was a lot lower back then in California. I think at McDonald's I was making like $7.25 an hour, so it was a major upgrade. It was a major upgrade from that. I was really happy. The real question is, do you think that 350mm is that big of a game changer? I think it just depends. I had the option to choose a 350mm or a 300mm for this build, and I specifically requested not a 350mm. 350mm just means bigger, more weight, and more heat up time, which are all things I don't really want. So again, it depends. If you think you might be printing big things, or if you're going to be batching out parts that you really could benefit from that additional build volume, then maybe it's worth it. I mean, just like I'm possibly getting in a printer to test out soon here that's 500 by 500mm build volume, which is nuts. For me, practicality-wise, I would never want one. But I have a lot of people that ask me about big printers, whether they're doing cosplay stuff or there's a certain part that they need to print out that's huge. And so for them, it does make sense. And so I can't say, you know, it really just depends on why are you getting the 3D printer and what do you think you might be doing with it. But again, the trade-off is that your heating up is going to take a little bit longer and it's going to be a bit heavier and a bit bigger of a machine. If that's not an issue to you, then, you know, and you can swing, I think the price difference is maybe like $100 or $200, like, and you can swing the price difference, then, you know, I go for it. But yeah, it just depends. I feel indifferent about it. For me though, I don't, 300mm in general printing, it covers 99.9% of anything I would ever want to print. The common mod is to run a relay of the BL Touch servo pin. Oh, interesting. Run a relay of the BL Touch servo pin and control the fan that way. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Sorry if my English is bad. I'm from France. Your English is great. It's fine. I think the like button might be broken. Can everyone confirm? Is it broken? It keeps... That's weird. YouTube's like button keeps doing weird stuff. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working. Is it working for anybody else? All right, let's open the giveaway. Also, Steve's here. Hi, Steve. Thank you for 14 months. Happy Wednesday. I told people that we're getting closer to the thing, the VZ, without giving away too much. So I said that I wanted to discuss it with you prior to like announcing anything fully official, other than that we're doing the thing, we're getting closer to the thing, and hopefully it's starting in a few weeks' time. That's all I've given away. I definitely missed some chat there. I'm sorry. It's going by quick. All right, let me get the giveaway going. Let's see. Copy link. Yada yada. Shorten URL. Yes. And bam and bam. Okay. Pin message. Okay, message has been pinned. So, hey, what's up, Ted? Big printers take more time to print and more filament. That's true. My rat rig is 500mm. That's a monster. I had to build a special card to put the printer on. I double-click the like button. Give and take away. Okay, so yeah, anyone that's new here, every single week, Polymaker allows us to give away a spool of filament. If you're in the US or Canada, it ends up being a gift card, which is sweet because you can either choose a standard PLA, ABS, PTG, or ASA, or if there's one that's like a carbon or some sort of specialty filament, you can use the gift card to take the difference off of it and then pay the difference. And then if you're anywhere else in the world, it's any spool of PLA, ABS, PTG, or ASA. So we'll let this run for roughly 30 minutes and then we'll do the drawing for that. Is there 30% deal still going off or still going on? I didn't actually, because so many people were posting it, and like the last couple of days have just been full of affiliate links with Prime Day and everything. I didn't post anything other than I think I liked the tweet or maybe retweeted it, but it ends tomorrow night. Okay, well that's awesome. Well, if anybody's been wanting to try, so it's in US and Canada, right? If anybody's been wanting to try out any Polymaker filament, there is a 30% off, I think everything, right? And if you use the link in the description, it helps out the channel as well, and it costs you nothing, so it's greatly appreciated. But yeah, regardless, if you're wanting to get some Polymaker filament and you're in the US or Canada, it's the best deal I've seen other than the like lightning 30-minute drop that's happened in a couple of streams. But it's a huge sale for Polymaker, so the website is a better deal, and it's tomorrow night, 3 to go now. What do I have to enter to make sure I'll win? It's random. Sorry, it's random. There's a sale on Amazon too. Yeah, I know on their website it's like 30% off everything, which is awesome. This is Polymaker filament, they're PLA. But yeah, also the main parts for this, since I didn't print them myself, they weren't Polymaker, but all of the things I've been printing after, so like handles, all of the annex latches and such, they're either Polymaker ASA or ABS. I used both. I actually ran out of Polymaker ASA and swapped over to ABS for the handles. I couldn't finish them, and you can maybe, I don't know if you can tell. I think I can tell, but I can't tell if it's me like hallucinating that I can tell where the black ASA starts or stops and the ABS begins, but the black ASA to ABS is very, 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 very close as far as the color of black. Like, they're almost identical. And the reason why I say that is because some of the other ASA to ABSs are quite different. Like the Polymaker yellow ASA and the Polymaker yellow ABS are substantially different types of yellows. Hey, Nice is here. Hey, buddy, how's vacation? Hashtag cheat code. Does anybody remember Cheat Planet? From like back in the dial-up days, Cheat Planet. It was like for video games, back when there was codes that you could, like, I don't know, certain shortcuts or things you'd press on your controller to give you infinite health and stuff. I remember going on dial-up and printing out Cheat Planet pages as a kid. They ship to Norway. They ship everywhere. Yep, everywhere. I think everywhere, but yeah, they definitely ship there. Just got my ASH. Ooh, when did they launch Jet Black? I'll have to order that. That's cool. Hey, Steven. The sheen is a little off. Okay, so there's a slight difference then. It's very, very close though, like super close. Hey, Lisa, thank you for 12 months. Hey, 1 year. Looking good. Been listening while PC building. Nice. Are you a full build or upgrading existing PC? Game Shark? I do remember Game Shark. I had a Game Boy Game Shark, or either I did or my neighbor did, and I remember using it on Pokemon Blue to get like an insane amount of rare candies. I'm going to repeat myself. Polymaker, please make Galaxy ABS colors available in Europe. No clip. Complicated. Still no Wi-Fi and bad cell reception. Oh, man. How much longer are you out there? I think you said, was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? I used to print off books of cheat codes. Yeah, I had a bunch too. You're really dating yourself. It's okay. I turned 31 in a month and a half, so starting to feel, I still feel young. I mean, I know I'm young, but like, I definitely am not, I don't think I'm in with like the trends anymore, which I'm okay with. If you joined the secret meeting on the Polymaker Discord on Wednesdays, you would have known. Let's see, Game Gear, Game Shark. Yeah, I didn't have a Game Gear growing up. I did get one when I was doing the retro collecting stuff. I did get a Game Gear temporarily, but I didn't think I actually used it. If I remember, doesn't it take like 6 AA's or 8? It's some like ridiculous amount of batteries. And I remember getting it and was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna. Got distracted, had to catch up. Daniel at 1.5. Yeah, there's some YouTube channels that I do need to speed up to watch because I'm like, I need the information and you're talking so slow. It's rare that I think I've had anyone tell me they need to speed my my videos up. If anything, it's like 50% playback is more common, I think. So you'll be 48 when Jack graduates from high school. Yeah. Boomer mod. 3-week vacation, but 2 weeks in France, and I'll drive. Okay, sweet. 63, get off my lawn. I'm 34 and feel old. Yeah, I don't know, like I don't feel old, but I guess like I definitely feel older in the sense that like from you know, even 6 or 7 years ago, my priorities have changed, right? Like I went from a, you know, person, when I met Aaron, I was just working at a bar, renting out a room out of a friend's house. And it's like, things have changed so much. So in that way, I feel old. And there's a lot more like, especially, you know, now with a wife and a kid, like a lot more things to consider and responsibilities that were definitely not things I had in my young 20s. PS1 Game Shark lets you play imports. Oh, that's cool. I did install a mod chip into a PS1, I think. Like I remember soldering a mod chip into one. I think Gato runs out. Yeah, I do. Pretty much always been that way. The only time I talk slower is if I'm nervous. Like, so a lot of times in public, well, sometimes I talk fast when I'm nervous too, so that's not totally fair. But yeah, it's hard when I'm excited about anything, even remotely excited. I have a hard time talking at reasonable speeds. It just doesn't work for me. Like it feels disingenuous to slow down when I'm just so excited. It didn't miss much, John. Hey, you know, I don't know if I saw you in chat before. 35 and I feel like I'm in my 20s, but with more and less money. Yeah, it's an expensive life. Definitely expensive. We're getting there. We're getting towards the top of the shell. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out because the tongue was pretty narrow or thin, and I shrunk this model down. I'm curious to see if we can get these supports off without breaking the tongue. We'll see. What build volume? This is a 300 millimeter. Wait, 7 kids? 38 and 7 kids? Oh my gosh, I missed that. Wow. Yeah, Aaron wanted 3 pretty much the entire time we were together, and now that we have a kiddo, she says no more. But I'm convinced to have one more kiddo. Not now. I'd like to purchase a house first and have Jackson a little bit more self-sufficient. I don't think I could. I think another kiddo right now it would truly break me. But yeah, it's me and my brother, and I've always, as much as we butt heads a lot growing up, always liked having a sibling. So my brother just took a job and moved out of town. Now feeling very old. Is empty nesting then, Ted, or another kid at the house? I didn't call anybody old. I said I feel old. My dad is the biggest proponent of age is just a number. He has got way more energy than me. He snowboards like at least once or twice a week during winter. He swims laps in the lake in California multiple times a week. Like the dude's a beast. Way more so than me, and he's double my age. Yeah, he's double my age. You have a slight Midwestern accent. I'm trying to pick up more on U.S. accents. I was born and raised in California. We moved to Idaho a little over a year ago now, a year and a month. And yeah, I'm sure you have some form of an accent. I just obviously don't notice it. But when my family came and visited from Chicago the other day, a couple weeks ago, and Erin was not the first time meeting them, second time meeting them, but she got to spend a lot more time with them, and she was getting a kick out of their accent. Because I've been around them quite a few times in my life, I'm used to like the Chicago, like the eh sound. Did you call him young and naive? Thanks, John. One question, how long does it take to get contacted about polymaker giveaways? I think it depends. Are you in the States? It's a blended family. I have 4. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm trying to get caught up. I fell way behind. Normally a day or two when I'm not distracted with open sauce preparations. Impossible to catch up on stream, constantly lagging. I cannot follow anything. Next week will be better. Bye, everyone. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Nice. Enjoy the rest of your vacation. When is enough? I have 2. We have 2 more here. Still a few years to the house empty. Okay. I'm old. Okay, I know it. About to have 2 under 2 at 40. Oh, wow. 2 kiddos under 2. Yeah, we have a couple friends that went, like, they got married and went back to back to back kiddos. My best friend and Aaron's best friend, both of them. They have like a 1, I think it's like maybe a 2, 3, and 4, or 1, 2, and 4, something like that. I couldn't imagine. That's how you stay young. Get to work. Body, age, and brain are completely. That's true. That's true. Although I will say that his body, like he's in great shape physically and mentally. All right, ours is done. You have one of those funny. Thanks, John. I'm hoping open source will be more accessible next year. If they have it, I could see more of us small-time 3D printer streamers going. Yeah, I would love to go to open source. It's probably the biggest like event that I've wanted to go to since the Maker Faire, since like Bay Area Maker Faire or something like that. Okay, all right, we got our snail. It's looking quite snaily. What's that? Oh, you got him? Oh, you guys want to see Jack? Erin said she heard me talking about babies and he just woke up from his nap. I think she's gonna bring him in. Yeah, you can you can bring him in. Is he happy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Lila?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What's up, buddy? What's up, dude? We were just talking about babies.
Diaper change.
Oh, nice. Here's baby Jack. What's up, little guy?
Hi, Bubby. Hey, over here.
He likes the screens.
Hi. Hi, baby.
You have a nice nap, kiddo?
Oh.
I heard him screaming at you and you tried putting him down.
Yes, I did.
What's up, dude?
Have a good
What's
nap.
up, bud?
Oh, we're gonna get going shortly.
Oh, you take off? Go shopping? Okay. Look at it's a snail, Bubba. Look at he's like, I can't
All
see
the
it.
live?
He's like a moth.
Hi, everybody.
Look at those chunky legs. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna Okay. Love you, bud. I'm going to do some house stuff when the stream's done.
Okay. Oh, for the house?
Yeah. Does the house need to get vacuumed?
It can always get vacuumed.
Okay, I'll probably vacuum and do the steaming the floors then. Okay. Zombie, thank you for the $1.99. And what is that, a box? I think it's a box.
What does it say?
I don't know. It's hard to read it on the blue background.
Yeah.
What does it say? The chubby cheek smiles are awesome. Yeah, he's a couple hits of smiles. Yeah, I keep joking around. He's got Hawaiian roll legs, and we keep making jokes saying we're gonna butter you up, dude.
I'll lower the air too.
Okay. All right, let's. I love you too. All right, sounds good. If you need me, call me. All right, let's see if we can get this snail off. Nope, I don't want to break him. Ugh. Oh wow, Digital Dragon, thank you very much for the $20. Ballant V, I think it said the conversion was 7. Thank you for the 2,490 Huff. 1 second, let me go over there. Thank you guys, thank you both. So cute, glad I'm past that stage. There's like, everything is great. Like, I don't mind the drooling, I don't mind the diaper changes all the time. It's the sleep. The sleep is the one thing that is still, we thought we were making improvements, and we transferred him, so now he sleeps in his own crib. But he had a couple nights of sleeping like 4 or 5 hours straight, and we're like, this is it. This is that transition period. And people have been telling us about like sleep. Oh, I'm trying to get this lined up. Sleep regression, and now he only sleeps for like an hour or two a night. I mean, Aaron takes care of him most of the time, but I still wake up. So the sleeping thing is the biggest element. Like everything else, like the cranky, drooly, crying, like diaper, like none of that. Like I'm good with all of that. It's the sleeping that gets to me. Conversion, it's a Hungarian forint. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Ballant. I had 2 under 2. They were oh my gosh. All right, let me hold on. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if we can get these supports off. It's not hot. No, it's not. It's not hot. Well, it was only PLA, so the bed was only 60 C. 3 newborns is tough. Yeah, that's the thing too, is we moved from California to Idaho last year, and we didn't know we were pregnant. I mean, we just found out we were pregnant 30 days after we moved out here, and it's like none of our family's out here. All of our family is in California, so we've had some family come and visit, which has been really nice. But yeah, we can't just be like, hey, Mom, Dad, can you please help us? Give us a break. All right, this is not peeling off super clean. Why is it? It's actually peeling off. It's almost kind of gummy, which is a little odd. I think I'll be able to clean it, but it's definitely... small children are nothing compared to when they become teenagers. Yeah, I was not a good teenager. I got in a lot of trouble. That was my rebellious age. So, and people keep telling us, because he's such a happy, sweet kid, that you either get, like they're either good when they're young or when they're older, you don't get both. So I'm like, oh man, he's gonna give me a run for my money, just like I did to my parents. But I'm in no rush. I definitely want to enjoy all of the years before that. So, all right. Well, I don't think I'm gonna do much more cleaning on the tail end. I'm concerned about this. Let's look at the sliced file so I can see if there's a strategic plan of attack on removing it from the tongue. Because I think the tongue is encased. What's that? Oh, nice. Sick. Okay. Do you have it right there? Okay, I'll come grab it really quick. What am I doing? I was coming over here to look at the sliced file, not click around. 1 second. Aaron said that the Fabrico shipment I ordered came in, so we can check out the new bed.
Something from Mallory.
What's this?
This is from, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, this one, you can't open it yet. Sorry.
What?
Yeah, you can open it.
I was literally about to open it.
You can't. Because it's a birthday thing.
My birthday's past.
I know. You can't open it. You can't open it. You can't, I love you. I'll talk about it later. All right, I love you. Bye. Yeah, I'm glad I was there. Thank you for letting me know. I know. You weren't supposed to get the mail. It was supposed to be me that got it. What? I know. I love you. We'll talk about it later. Ay. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Babies don't have object performance until 8 months, so if they wake up alone in the crib, they don't know you even exist. Aw, that makes me sad. Okay. All right. So here are the two beds. Sorry guys, can't wait to the end. It's almost 11 p.m. and hungry, and tomorrow I have to drive a train. Oh wow. Thank you very much for hanging out, and thank you for the donation. Did you enter in the giveaway? Make sure you enter in the giveaway, please. You don't have to be present for that. Yeah, these are the honey badger beds that I ordered to replace this one. I ordered them like right after last week's stream because because of what happened to this one. So one of them should be a single side. I think is it the P series, and then one of them is double sided. Hold on to your pillow. You won't sleep well until you've been out of the house. Until they've been out of the house for a while. I always worry until adulting. Ugh. Okay, they're both single-sided. Okay, so we've got... I guess I should probably go like this. What's that? Nothing. Okay, so this is our new, it looks awesome. Let's see if I can focus. All right, so this is our new PEI bed, which I'm scared to put on here. No, we should be fine. The offset is working, but when we start experimenting with tap, I am removing this and going back to this bed until I've got tap figured out. So this is the Honey Badger powder coated bed, and then I ordered. Hector had sent me, how long till these get a permanent slash truck? Hopefully never. And then this is the P series, which I have one for, I think the V0, but I've never used it. And I think that, or is this the P series? Yeah, it is P series. I've heard really good things about the P series. I guess you can't really tell. It just kind of looks like satin sheet. Yeah, so I'll end up swapping. Let's actually just swap it really quick. And then we'll take the snail supports off, and then we will do the giveaway. That is our order of operation. All right. Let me straighten that up really quick. Love you. Why is this not? I wish there was. Is there a mod? There's got to be a mod to have some kind of a. It's also because it's awkward. I'm doing this from the side. Is PEI really necessary? I love PEI. I will never, to me, PEI is the best upgrade. If your printer doesn't have PEI, to me, that's the best upgrade you can do for any printer, hands down. Like, the PLA, ABS, PETG, I mean, really everything, pretty much everything other than nylon. Okay, we're just gonna do our best and then we're gonna leave it for now. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. That's good enough. Yeah, in my opinion, so I was kind of late to flex plate party in general, or like flex plates. Originally, the only ones that existed was pretty much Build-Tac, and They were roughly $100 a pop, even for the Ender 3 variant. And so I waited, and then when I was working at Mountaineer Hackers, they had a program initially where if you're like, I can't remember exactly how it works, they changed it a lot of times, but initially it was like if you want something and it's for yourself, you can buy it. I think it was at cost plus like a couple percent. It was a great deal. So I was able to get it, and after I got it, I was completely annoyed with myself that I had waited as long as I did, because it was just such a, oops, that's not what I want to do. It was such a game changer compared to all of the other stuff, and that was just standard build tech. And so I was like, yeah, this stuff's pretty. This is awesome, a flex plate. And then once I got to, wipe down, spill rubbing alcohol. Once I got to use PEI, I was just blown away, because BuildTak stuck, but BuildTak was also, you can use BuildTak cold. Like some printers, I think one of the Robo early ones, or at least some did, came with BuildTak and no heated bed. You didn't even need it for PLA because it stuck so well. So you're fighting with it even when it cools down. But yeah, PEI to me is incredible. I love Honey Badger, except for the weird conspiracy theories that my dad, I love you, Dad. The conspiracies are whack. PX is really just PEI, I think, maybe a slightly different formula. Yeah, PX is some slightly different version of PEI. I think it's supposed to be more heat resistant and tougher a little bit. The PX is great. I've used a fair bit of it over the years from Wham-Bam, and it's awesome. There are some printable bed locating. Okay, I need them. Is the offset based on your nozzle probe? It's not. No, it's based off the ends. Wait. Oh snap! It is based off the nozzle probe, Zombie. You're right. No, it is, because that's what we set it off of, was the nozzle probe. Oh, good call. Yeah, I'll end up manually bumping it. Okay, let's quickly get this snail figured out. Good call. Yeah, it's totally off of that. Okay, so the snail, let's see. So the best plan of attack. Wait, can we turn off supports? There we go. Okay, best plan of attack is probably just to pull from this way forward. Because if we pull up or down, we're gonna snap that tongue. All right, let's try this. I'm not convinced that I'm not gonna break this snail, but let's do our best. Give it 1 millimeter offset. Then print your swatch truck. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a huge offset. Okay, that is tight. That is okay. I'm not gonna attempt to do this close up like that. I'm gonna grab these. It's sticking. Let me see here. I think I need to just get it going. I don't like the, I wish I had done, I wish that I had done custom supports or spent a little bit more time so that I could have gave myself a little bit of a pocket to get. Okay, we got a little bit of progress here. Just kind of need to work around. Last call for giveaway. We're going to be doing the drawing for the Polymaker giveaway in 2-ish minutes. So if you haven't signed up, do so now. It's pinned in chat. Oh. Okay, I think I got it. Ooh. Yes! Alright. This is such a bizarre print. Hold on, let me get these last couple little pieces off. All right. It's like mildly disturbing. Here, hold on. I think I liked it better as a 3D model, and not as a not as a physical. I liked it better in the digital world. Build tack and similar are usually PC, I think. Interesting. Yeah, I know that it might be. It's been a long time. I had talks with Kayla, that was the build tack, years and years ago about the material, but I really don't remember. I don't like that model. I will never. Yeah, I think this is a one and done. I think this is a one and done for me. This print. We won't do it again. Any 3D prints you've done to your baby boy? Not yet. No. Right now he's in the stage of everything goes instantly into mouth, and I don't want him to put. I don't want to put the things I print, and also with printed parts, like I made some printed parts for the neighbor kids, and they're just really sharp. So when he's a little bit older, I will definitely like print in place things will be happening, and then anything really that he shows interest in. But yeah, so far not really, no. It's not cute. I'd rather have Gary the snail. Yeah, me too. I would as well. NX snail for the win. Yeah, probably the better of the snails. I haven't calibrated the extruder. I'll just end up calibrating it on my own, E-steps, input shaping, and it needs pressure advance as well. I'm curious if there was a default pressure advance that was applied, because with Orca, I don't really want, unless, does anyone know, so if there's a pressure advance assigned in Clipper via firmware, and you run a pressure advance value via Orca Slicer, does it override the firmware value for that print? Because if it does, then it doesn't matter, and I would like to leave one in the firmware as a sort of just backup default if there's no pressure advance value applied, but I don't know what it does. I just want to make sure there's not a conflicting. It's the extruder. Okay, I don't know, is there PID tunes? So there's not a. I don't think there's a default pressure advance that was assigned in here. Look in filaments. The stock extruder number is very close. Okay, cool. So I'll just do a slight. I mean, I can still do an E-step calibration, I guess. Or maybe, so I'll probably do an E-step calibration, or I guess it's a, also, why is my face, there we go. Rotation distance calibration, and then if I don't feel like there's anything visually I can see, like with my little Sharpie mark, I'll probably just go with adjusting flow rates. Yeah, I will. I think though, I would like to leave, because I want to leave it on in the slicer, because with the slicer, it's kind of a better setup where it's on a filament by filament basis versus on firmware, you'd have to enable and disable it. Wait, why is this not? Oh, interesting. On a firmware level, like it's just more automated, I think, to have pressure advance set via the filaments you commonly use, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, so it's not enabled. It's off by default, so there was no pressure advance assigned to that print. On Orca, it's in filament, and in Clipper, it's an extruder. Oh, an extruder section. Okay, you have to add it. Give it a default of 0.04. Extrusion multiplier is still something that confuses me. Why isn't 100% good? You mean the flow ratio? So 98% versus 100%? It's my understanding it's just because of the way the different filaments like expand and contrast, that some of them need slightly higher flow and some need slightly lower flow. So even if your E-steps are perfect, as far as the amount of filament flowing lengthwise, visually, some will shrink and some will expand more, so that might not look correct on your part. So you could still have gaps in some cases with some filaments and have, I guess, like raised ends with others if you've got too much filament being... I go down to 0.94 on some ABS. Oh, interesting. I agree. I do prefer filament and Orca. Yeah, I think it's much nicer to have on a filament basis. Perfect flow for most PLAs, around 93% flow. Okay, let's quickly go back. I'm gonna close the giveaway. So if you're, sorry, this is a bar stool. I'm closing the giveaway. So let's do move and unpin message. Oh, nice. We got 113 entries today. Hey, and we got 111 likes. You're awesome. Thank you. Okay, because it's over 100, I have to download the, somebody just snuck in. All right, downloads, extract all. Sick. And then drive, replace. Okay, should have it. Yep, we've got 114 people. That is everybody. Wheel of names, bam. Okay, here we go. I dialed my EM in with a thin wall measurement. Oh yeah, extrusion multiplier with thin wall measurement. Yeah, I've definitely done that. I did that when I was using like foaming materials to see at what temperature and what flow rate the wall thickness was. Wow, those cable chains are ugly. I really like the way cable chains look, actually. My biggest complaint about cable chains is that it's just a potential point of failure. Like on my switch wire, I am using wire that is, I think PTFE or whatever I think PTFE, right? Coating, whatever you need, low friction for cable chains, and it's not overcrowded, and I didn't feel like they were in there very tight, and it still ate through my heat bed wire. So that's the thing I don't like. I love the way cable chains look. I think they're rad, but yeah, I don't like that it's a potential point of failure that can be bad, especially if you short something out that you don't want to be shorting out. Okay, on that note, let's get this underway. I know it's late for a lot of people, or early, depending on where you're at. Thank you, and thank you everyone for anyone who's taken off after this. Thank you everyone for hanging out today. I'm, again, super excited about this build. It was, I don't know if it was more challenging than I thought it was going to be, but it definitely challenged me in different ways. I think that I got so familiar with the way a V0 build goes, since I've done 3 of them, that I was expecting more familiarity while things were quite different, which makes sense, right? Bigger printer, belted Z four motors, and stealth burner, along with the 2 like clicky and the nozzle probes. There was just quite a bit of different things, and also the scale of it, although it made it simpler in some ways regarding like not having to preload, made it more complicated in other ways. But overall, it was a really fun build, and I'm really excited to put some hours onto this, and I will be doing a full video at some point on this on the main channel. So yeah, thank you everyone that helped along the way. There was a lot of people that chimed in to give me feedback and pointers, and it was certainly a collaborative effort. So, all right, on that note, thank you to Polymaker for allowing us to do these giveaways every single week. I don't like this song, sorry everybody. There we go. Thank you, Polymaker, for allowing us to do these giveaways every single week. And again, if you haven't won before, or you haven't been here before, the winner will get contacted via email. I will send an email today. I did not last week, I forgot, and I apologize, but I will send an email to the winner today. And I think that's about it. Let's do this. So, how many shuffles do we want to do? Let's see, it's the 12, 7. How many shuffles should we do? I don't know. Give me some ideas in chat. I really don't have any number that's significant right this second to me. 6, 5, 12, and 7. Ooh, 2.4, 24? If we take Del Mar's 12 and we multiply it by 2, we get 24, which is a Voron, the Voron 2.4. We're gonna do 24. We'll do it very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 22, 23, 24. Alrighty, here we go. Good luck, everybody. In 3, 2, 1. Hey, red 5. Dude, congratulations. You won. I know you've won 2, 3 times now. I'll do definitely some lucky duckies. I've seen some repeats on here. Congratulations. So yeah, I will send you an email later today. Yeah, someone asked, I saw before this went going, how does the Trident compare to the 2.4? From everything I've seen, it's a much easier build. I think there's just a lot less pieces. You don't have to worry about the trip or the belted Z. Like I think it'll be a quicker build. I think that tap is going to trip me up because that's completely new to me. And also some of the parts in the Cyborg kit might confuse me. I don't know. But I think it'll be a fairly, Trident is for the cool kids, Trident is speed. Yeah, so my game plan for, all right, we've got a few minutes. We'll chill for a couple more minutes here. So 2.4 game plan is to keep it relatively stock. Other than CAN bus, tap is stock, but like when I say stock, I mean true to Voron. Other than, I guess I'm running NX clips, but that's about the extent of what I think we'll be doing. Is CAN busing it and tap at some point. For the Trident, we're gonna build it stock for the sake of doing the review for the Cyborg kit, other than we're installing tap. But I plan on modding that thing like crazy. Like I want to install the whatever the equivalent of the Mantis toolhead is. That's not Mantis. It's like XO something something. So yeah, I plan on like we're gonna go bananas with that thing once it's done with the base. Once it's done with the base config and install and testing on. Yes, the XL 2. That is exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna have that running with tap on it. Yes, Nuno, you're running that, right? You tagged me on Twitter on yours. It looks nuts. So we will definitely be doing that. Talk to Hector. You got the XL 2 and aluminum gantry soon. Okay, I will. Once the base build's done and I've got what I need for the video, which it'll be a bit, I'll reach out. I always check on, I always check in the Fabrico Discord to see the new products. I did see that they have the XL2. I don't know how you say it. Is it XL2 or XOL? How are people XL2? I saw that he has kits available for it with the fan kits and hardware and stuff. That's a nice toolhead. Using it on my Trident. Yeah, that's what I thought I saw. It's awesome. Looking forward to seeing this printer more. CAN bus is awesome. I'm glad that I did it. Yeah. I'm excited to again clean up things a bit. The other thing I didn't do is I didn't install the thermistor, chamber thermistor. So I printed out I didn't print it out actually, it came with the parts. There's two options for the sort of batwing on the stealth burner. One of them has a slot for a thermistor and one doesn't. And I put the one with the thermistor on here thinking that I would use it, but I don't like the way it looks. Like, to me, Voron is such a clean designed printer and everything just looks really sleek, and it just looked off to me having this sort of like antenna sticking on the top of it. So I think I saw that someone created a mod where you replace one of the cable chains next to the toolhead with a printed one, and it has the same kind of clip on the side of it, so that way you can mount it on the cable chain. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. But right now I'm not running a chamber thermistor. Zol is how you pronounce it. Okay. Zol, like roll with a Z, Zol. Okay, thank you. Reminder, Zol 2 designed for polycarbonate. You have to resize for the filaments. Well, that might be the perfect opportunity to make a video on printing with polycarbonate. That's good to know. Got sensorless homing up and running before the stream ended, and it works wonderfully. Nice. On the Trident, David? Also, I do want to... One more thing here. Yeah, So I did want to also one more time give a huge thank you to both Fabrico and LDO for sponsoring this. I was talking with LDO and Fabrico probably, it was last year before even the Merc. So, I mean, probably 9 months ago about this. And yeah, they both made it possible. So again, massive thank you to them for allowing us to do this build series and providing the kit. If you are interested in purchasing a Voron or a Voron or any other Voron other than the V2.4, definitely check out Fabrico. They're awesome. I order stuff from Fabrico all the time, and these plates, the plate that's on here was my order because I screwed up the build plate. But yeah, definitely thank you to LDO and Fabrico for letting us do this build. Fabrico just got the 350 millimeters. Nice. Yeah, so if somebody's looking for 350 millimeters, they've got them available. I did see also, really quickly here, yeah, there it is. Mantis Zol 2. I definitely don't think it's as pretty as a stealth burner, but it is a beast from everything I've seen. Like, it is just an absolute monster. So I think it will be a lot of fun to just go absolutely nuts with one printer and see what we can do. I purchased the parts from Slice Engineering, and then the Volcano Mosquito or Volk Mosk was sent to me by Nitram, and so that's potentially going on the V400. If it doesn't, it's probably going to go into this printer, possibly. You need the M2 heat set tool. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I think I did the M2 heat inserts with my iron. Where's my this little iron that we were using? I'm pretty sure the Clicky Probe used M2 threaded heat inserts, right? They were either 2 or 2.5. They were super small, and this worked really well for them. Using the molten mouse, I'm using one with my Excel. Oh, really? Yeah. He reached out to me and said that he was willing to send the aluminum block for it, and so I ordered all the other parts from Slice. So I have it here. I really want to install it on the V400. The V400, if anyone doesn't know, is a Clipper Delta from FL Sun, and it's an awesome printer. I just don't really think the tool head's all that great, so I'd like for it to go on there. But yeah, here's the block. I can. Oh. Ah. The kit that I got in though from I'll take the block out. The kit that I got in from Cyborg does have a Dragon high flow in it, so it does have a pretty solid hot end. So if this goes in the V400, we will still have a nice hot, and I can also potentially pick up a Rapido too, because I haven't used any of the Rapidos. But yeah, so this is the big difference, is instead of using the regular Mosquito Plus that has just the like insulated heat break element as well that gives it the high flow, it also expands into this beefy heater block, so you get just nutty flow rates. Try Goliath. Well, we're doing the VZBot, and the VZBot is gonna have the Goliath. It comes with the Mellow kit, so we will do that. I'm excited for the Goliath and the I can't think of how you pronounce the extruder, but the Hexort extruder. Get a dedicated M2 heat insert tool. The only issue I have with the heat insert tools is that I mean, I guess I could. So down here, I've got 2 soldering irons. I have this one, which is my heat insert soldering iron. It uses proprietary tips, so you can't use them. And then I've got my regular soldering iron, which this one it probably would work for. It's just maybe, I think this is standard. I was doing it the wrong way. Yeah, so it would work on this iron, but this is usually I've been keeping the soldering iron as like a soldering iron and not as a heat insert tool. Maybe I'll get You know what? Maybe I'll get one of the, does somebody have a recommendation for one of the little cordless soldering irons? Last time we talked about this, someone told me about them and they were much less than I thought. I'm almost debating on looking to see if there's a sale for Prime Day going on. TS101. Let me really quickly see here if there's any. I don't know if you can even get on Amazon or if, like, where. Oh, there's Prime Day deal. There's Prime Day deal. TS101. It's $60 instead of $80. Is this, should I get this? Is this what I should be doing? Will this be compatible or will this not be compatible with the heat inserts? Not cordless with the TS101. It's, okay. Pull the trigger. TS101 is good. It's called Pencil? Okay, it's not cordless. It's not heat insert compatible for the adapters. Oh no. I know that CNC Kitchen has been teasing heat insert tools for these, right? We looked at this before too. We've done this. There are no heat insert tools for those as far as we know. Gotcha. I have the same smart and love it. CNC is making, yeah, okay, sick. CNC is making a tip next month for these. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay, if that's the case, I think I'm going to get it because we talked about it. It's 25% off. You're saying it's not cordless, but it is just a USB-C cable, and I have, my desktop has 2 USB ports right here by my side that are, I could use for this if we quickly need to use it. Yeah, I think I'll end up ordering it then. And that'll be a dedicated heat insert tool. Oh wait, you use, so it's called a Panasonic? One sec. Let's look at that as well. Penicil. Is this one? Pronounce? Oh, it's spelled? Okay, I'm doing things wrong here. This is not what we want. Pronounced pencil. Tempting. Do I need it though? You can use USB-C power delivery bank. Oh, that's cool. Pinesil is cheaper. Pronounced Pinesil. Pinesil. Pencil. I'll probably end up watching some videos after this stream. I use that blue and yellow soldering station. Are you talking about the Hacko? The Hacko is, I think, the blue and yellow one's really popular. So I did it right. Okay, Pinesil soldering iron. Whoa, is it this little guy? It's only 25. Is that right? It's only $25 for this? That is super inexpensive. Package, body, platform, memory ports, USB Type-C. Interesting. I'll probably watch a video between the two. For that, I mean, I know the other one's on sale, but for 25 versus 60, I gotta see if there's a yeah, plus shipping, buy some extra tips. But you need a PD USB-C adapter. Oh. We'll watch some videos, or I'll watch some videos later on tonight and see. Get both and compare for a video. Welcome to ModBot. Today we're gonna be looking at, isn't oh man, Edge, no, not Edge, why am I forgetting? Hold on, Lost, no, Lost in, is it Lost in Tech, right? Yeah, it is Lost in Tech. Doesn't he have a second channel where he tests out soldering irons? I'm almost positive that I saw him post something the other day. Lost in Circuits. Yeah. Boom! All right, so he does have a second channel called Lost in Circuits. and I will watch his video on it then, I guess. I wish he had the other one so I can see a comparison between the two, but I'll at least watch his video on that. Sick. Yeah, Lost in Tech. Next it's going to be oscilloscopes. All right, y'all. I think we're going to call it. It's at the 2.5 hour mark. Well, technically the first... still can't believe that I was live for 7 minutes and I hadn't clicked the live button. I kid you not. I had said hi to everybody. I had talked about what I had done since last time. Like I'm super sad that I didn't also record while I streamed so that way I could show you guys. Because I quite literally was live talking to everybody for 7 minutes until I realized based off chat that like, hey, they're not engaging with what I'm saying. What's going on here? It was rough. It was really rough. Like you start like we hit rock bottom like real quick today. So, but anyways, it ended up being an awesome stream. Again, my goal is before next week that I have a mounted camera on the ceiling, and next week I'll get the Trident scheduled probably over the weekend here for the first stream on that. So, welcome to YouTube live stream or something like that. Yeah, we won't let you forget. Ask Steve. Perfect. Anyways, thank you all again for everybody, all the likes, all the comments, everyone that's helped out throughout this build. There are tons of you. The new members, the existing members, and the donations, it all helps substantially. I'm gonna go do what I promised and vacuum and steam some floors here. So hope everyone has a great week. And again, stay tuned. We will absolutely be doing more. I'm gonna be using this a lot so that way I can put together my thoughts and video on this stuff. So, all right, everybody. On that note, I'll let you all go. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.